Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rucha, Kodash. Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Of course, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Rucha, Spirit, Kodash is holy. All right. And that's who we come through. All right. That power. All right, which Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is the true powers, all right, of Israel, all right, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the nation of Israel, all right, which are the Lord's chosen people, all right. Of course, most of you, of course, you know, if Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai has ordained you to be, you know, you will of course receive salvation on this side if you're of the elect. All right. And of course, you know, amongst our nation we have you know, confusion of faith, which that's the Israelites that look like the rest of the heathen, where, you know, we've been scattered as a curse and a punishment for breaking the law, statutes, commandments. All right, with that, of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who were well. Peace and salutation to all the sincere Akim. They're out there, you know, doing the work on the highways and hedges throughout the week, and of course also you know, showing their diligence by doing the studio shows and such. So yeah, it's lucky if I got that mixed up. On the weekend doing the work on the streets, and of course studio shows throughout the week. All right, you know, but you know, to you, just you know, I say shalom, keep doing the work. All right. Yeah, the brother Mappa, Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, located here in Babal, which is America, Babylon the Great. All right, this place is all confusion, and you know, amongst this place that has all this confusion, it's you know, we here, you know, we, man, growing up as Jake, you know, not having much, you know, we be desiring to have so much, you know, because really we nation of kings and priests, and we desire, course, to rule, you know, but you know, while we here, you know, in Babal and Babylon and such, you know, we got to know how to, you know, to get by and such, you know, while we here in this captivity, you know, because you know, right now we're serving slavery. So right now I'm just gonna do the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I'm just gonna get a short wee lesson, you know, giving some wisdom on you know, that and such, you know, from, of course, you say my experience and such, you know, but more so from the scriptures. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna hit the first precept, which is in Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 31, and I believe it's 19, and it says a very little. Let me change this to the standard real quick, because instead of archaic spelling. All right, so it says against Slacky, it says a very little is sufficient for a man well-natured. Okay, so we're gonna go into you know, obviously a little being a what, you have a portion. All right, you know, portion, small in size, amount, degree. All right, okay, so a very and little in size, right, amount and degree is sufficient. All right, so going to this real quick for sufficient, you know, it's enough. All right, it's enough, adequate. All right, for a man well-natured. All right, so we're gonna go into this word for natured. All right, and it means, of course, natured. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna go into the etymology, because that's would be a wee bit better. So I'm going to do that. Let me get into the etymology. Let me see, give me one moment. All right, etymology, natured. All right, so to feed or nourish. All right, and when you nourish and such, you're receiving, of course, you know, those nutrients and such. All right, you know, say like when you eat food and such, you know, you're fed, you get nourished by the nutrients. All right, that's in the food that you of course are consuming. All right, so you know, in turn, you know, when you put it, of course, together, All right. It says a very little is sufficient. All right. It's enough for a man well natured. All right. So, a man that he's fed, and he's fed what? Nourishment. All right. And that's the good things, in which that's really this wisdom, knowledge, understanding is, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. That's really going to keep us stable, because of course wisdom, knowledge, understanding shall be the stability of thy time and such. So it's good, of course, to have that. All right. And once you got this wisdom, this wisdom, of course, is going to help you, of course, make better decisions. All right. And the things that you do. All right. You, of course, having, that discernment to be able to separate, what you do as you go a bit, in this world. All right. Which is full of nothing but snares and traps, or traps, which is snares. It says, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed. All right. And it goes into, it says, sound sleep cometh of moderate eating, which when you if a person is gluttonous, they eat too much, that leads to, of course, a lot of health complications and such. So you like say, like, for example, with having this truth and such, of course, they, like they say in the scriptures, much study is I think it's much what is it, the making of many books, some of that nature. I forget if I'm mixing up to some scriptures, but I know the making of many books is no end, if I'm not mistaken. But also, like, a lot, when you, like, of course, you do a lot of reading and such, and it's weariness of the flesh, because our flesh is weak. All right. But the spirit, of course, is willing. So you have to, of course, you got to pace yourself, of course, in this truth and such. All right. But you get what is nourished. You get all them nutrients out the word. All right. You get the milk, and then you get the meat and such. But anyway, just like, when you going about, in this world, like, you don't need to have right now, while you on this side, you don't need to have the fucking, brand new car, fresh house, apartment and all that. You just need enough, to really do this work. All right. So I'm going to get into my next precept, which is Proverbs 30, and it's going to be 30 and 7. And it says, two things have I required of thee, deny me not before I die. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. All right, which is worthlessness things, right? Worthlessness, that's what vanity is, things that are vain. It says, in lies. All right. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. All right. So, don't give me poverty, don't give me poor, and nor give me riches, because, you just want to be just in a middle, in a balance. All right. So that, like, you got a lot of people that get a lot of riches, then they give up on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Like, on this side, a lot of people really desire riches. You got these false Hebrew Israelite camps and all that. You could clearly see, what they want. They just want riches on this side. They don't want the kingdom. All right. Right now, all we really want in this truth is, brothers, just so that we could just have a little daily bread, that we could do this work, place to sleep, et cetera, et cetera. All right. And we good. It says, feed me with food convenient for me. All right. Which is this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right. It says, least I be full and deny thee, and say, who is Yahweh? Or at least I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. All right. So, you just want to have just enough. All right. When you in this truth and such. All right. Of course, there's going to be, men that, of course, that are, have a lot of riches, and they're going to help out the brotherhood. We're not saying nothing against that, but, for example, just, for some brothers thinking that, off of that whole false Christianity, plantation prosperity doctrine, they be seeking, hey, I serve the Lord and I'm going to have everything. You got to watch out for stuff like that, you know, because you know, that's just a trap. All right, to be thinking, you know, when you serving the Lord, you know, you're gonna be put in a lower state. All right, you're gonna be chastised and be making, you know, fine as gold, or finer than gold, really. You know, you're gonna be going through this fire, you know. But with that, I'm just gonna close out. I'm not gonna make it longer. I'm gonna probably break it up into another lesson. With that, I'm gonna say shalom, and you know, for you, I hope you've been edified. Of course, Yakim wa akwathium. All right, shalom.